right there with Brown Dash featuring Umzegezege with Panskom Tunzwelanga. And just before that, we had the Turn Up Kid and, one who's joining the hip-hop royalty in South Africa right now, Vuyolwethu with Puma Gili. And just before, the break or the double play, we had, Stephanie and I just went briefly into TEDx Cape Town, which will be happening this weekend. And for more information, you can go to www.tedxcapetown.org. And today, and right now, we do have curator of the Halfbread Technique, Valerie Geselev. And hello, Valerie.
Hello, Buya.
How are you?
Nice to be here. Anyway, thank you. How are you?
I'm actually good. It's a Friday, and we're talking about money and micromanaging money. That whole culture of saving and the culture of investing. And what I love about the Halfbread Technique, from just the description, is it's interactive, and it's targeting the amateur sort of investors or the amateur sort of savers. And I actually googled and I found it on YouTube, and the videos that I saw, it seemed so delicious that I actually didn't finish the videos because I actually want to experience it firsthand. Do you get that with some people who've actually heard about it and would like to experience it from the get-go and just have a clean understanding of it?
I get it a lot that people don't understand what Halfbread Technique is. And they do as you do, they go and Google it and then they see the videos. But I always advise people not to look at the videos.
That's what you said to me.
Experience it live as a play, because it's interactive, it makes the video inefficient.
Yeah.
It does not tell the story, because when you sit in the audience and you have on stage in front of you someone offering you to come and share something, then as an audience member you really ask yourself, do I want to come up? And this dialogue that you have with yourself, it's what we want to trigger. If you sit in front of the computer, you will not ask yourself this question. So it makes you passive. And we want people to be more active about everything, and money included.
Yeah. So what is the Halfbread Technique?
If we are trying to advocate to experience it live, then we must mention also when people can do it. But to say it shortly, Halfbread Technique is a performance lecture about money and sharing. It introduces new ideas of economy that are specially, I think, fit into South Africa, which is going through economic transformation and striving to more equality than there is now. And this technique, Halfbread Technique, it's a recipe for a better world. And it has different rules of how to share money, so we will have more nice society to live in.
Is that the whole concept of half bread, like sharing?
Yes. It encourages sharing, and in a very fun way. It was written by a Swiss artist named Martin Schick, and he has agreed to give a DIY license to restage it in South Africa, to myself and to Bucho Munyai, who is a choreographer and dancer that also performs on the play.
I mean, when I watched the first 5 seconds of the video, which really enticed me, the question was, what was the question? Are you audiences of the Halfbread Technique? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to be there. I want to immerse myself and just, be live. I mean, it started last year or this year?
Well, Martin started it in 2012 when he launched it in Amsterdam in a theater festival. And then he traveled to South Africa with Gipka and Pro Helvetia, and myself and Bucho met Martin, and we decided that we really wanted to stay and to have more South Africans exposed to this brilliant idea. So we are now restaging it, and our first play was in Observatory Cape Town in April. Last month we have visited Johannesburg. We were invited for essay season in Wits University. Tomorrow, Saturday, we are visiting UCT for the Social Equality Conference. And next week on Saturday we are going to Kailicha to visit those young entrepreneurs and to spend them with some inspiration.
I was just going to ask, who are the people that you're targeting? Are you targeting, your entrepreneurs, as you said, with next week going to Hubspace Kailicha, or the university students, or people who just want to know more about how to micromanage their money because they are in so much debt?
Well, I think that our audience can be anyone, because we are talking about money and not only about debts and saving, about money as everyday practice. So we would like to target everyone, but our first audience would be students of economics, entrepreneurs, and people who are in the arts, which is already audiences that are open to new ideas and that are already thinking about money. So we want to approach also education systems like universities and schools, and even corporates. It can be interesting activity for corporates, and we are looking into that as well.
And the question that was, that we just posed on Twitter, which I'd like you to, just give some insight on it. The question is, do we in today's world care too much about consuming for oneself rather than sharing it all? Do you think that's where, the Halfbread Technique is actually instrumental in?
Exactly. I see the world around me, and we are only trying to have as much as possible to ourselves, and to give as little as possible to our fellow brothers and sisters who are around us. And this logic is something that we would like to challenge. We would like to encourage people to share and to have a kind of economic philosophy of Ubuntu, and to just encourage people to look what is enough for them, and to see the more in the less. And not to think that to pile and to have as much as you can, it makes you happier. We want to argue that it will actually make us happier if we share all, and then we reach the situation that everybody has enough. Because we believe there is enough resources for all of us to live decent life. And it's just a matter of how we manage ourselves as society.
Now, how do you counteract someone who says, you know what, this is my money, and I have worked so many years, and I've invested, and I've, did all of this, and I've burned the midnight oil, and now you want me to share my money?
Yes, I do, but also it's not for me. I argue that this is actually a selfish thing to do, to share, because once I share, I get a better feeling. Yeah. I'm not feeling angry about the world. I'm not feeling angry about people trying to steal things from me, because once I do my part, I know that I'm active in making the society what I want it to be. If you collect money, you always become paranoid and worried about people taking money from you. You become worried that your interest in your investment is not as high as you expected, and your expenses become larger. So you start to consume your own issues about society instead of just being in peace with yourself, and trying to have more fun in life that has nothing to do with money. Because once we start keeping it more and more to ourselves, obviously there is less left to others, and that's just guilt and not fun feeling to have.
Well, that is, speaking with Valerie from the Halfbread Technique. We will be back in just a short time, and just trying to rip open what the Halfbread Technique is about, and how the philosophy behind the Halfbread Technique, and that's so many more to come. We still have a few minutes left with Valerie, so do enjoy some Daddy K in the meantime.